What's up, guys? Lewin here at GarageBand and Beyond. Really quickly at the top, I just wanted to mention to anybody who's interested in getting discounts on the equipment that I review, check out my website. Just sign up on the mailing list at garagebandandbeyond.com, garagebandandbeyond.com. There's a link for it below. And yeah, just sign up on the mailing list. The discounts that I get are very exclusive. No one else gets these discounts. Cheaper than Sam Ash and Amazon and all the online stuff. It only happens in 1 week, and I usually only send out like 3 emails. If you want to buy it, buy it. If you don't, no big deal, but you get access to discounts that nobody else gets access to. So if you're interested in saving money, sign the mailing list. The thing I'm here to talk about today is actually something I will be selling on the mailing list. This is the Lower Z Adaptor from FH Audio, fhaudio.net. Check the link below, of course. But what this does is lower the resistance inside of the coil of your dynamic microphone. Okay, so this is really, it's aimed at the SM57 or the SM58. If you have other dynamic microphones that are sort of working within the relative tolerances of these microphones, then you can use this. Dynamic mics, you can put this on. Do not put this on any condenser microphones. Anyway, so what the big deal is and why is this thing necessary? So when this microphone was originally designed in the late 40s, really, but became, more popular late 50s, 60s, and beyond, the old days, all the mixers, the preamps were running at 600 ohms, okay? So that is a low number of resistance. Ohms are a unit of measure to describe resistance in electronics. So the higher the ohmage, the more resistance you get, okay? So in newer DAWs, newer interfaces, newer mixers, all that stuff, you're looking at ohmage ratings of like 1500 and up, okay? So what that translates into by the time it hits one of these, quote unquote older microphones, just because of its design, is that the actual diaphragm of the microphone is being restricted, okay, because of the increased ohmage or resistance, okay? So when you buy something like this, and by the way, these are $13.99, super cheap, and yes, we will be getting a discount on them. And anyway, when you put these on, and they just sort of click on like this, super easy, then you plug your microphone into there, it allows the diaphragm to move just a little bit more, sort of freeing up the microphone to sound like it originally sounded in the old days, and just sort of, it gives your microphone a whole new color. So if you're interested in, if you have a 57 and you were like, oh, I'd like to get some more tonal qualities out of my 57, definitely check out the Lower Z Adaptor. They're really inexpensive, super easy to use. So basically what I've done, as always, I've made a bunch of recordings for you guys. I've done a vocal track, an acoustic guitar track, and an acoustic upright piano track. And I'm just going to, when I'm done talking, I'm just going to let them roll and you guys can listen and then leave comments below. But what I want you to hear, the big difference with or without the Low Z, is basically that with the Lower Z Adaptor on there, things like the high end are not restricted anymore. If you're one of those people that have listened to SM57s and thought, man, that's sort of like brash and like has this weird like metallic-y sound, that's because the thing has been held back so long. That's what you've been listening to, is the diaphragm being restricted, right? So what I hear with this thing going on there is that that restriction is now gone. So you get the higher end is a little bit more, it's softer, it's nicer. There's more detail to it, which I really like. There's also a very slight boost in the mids. And I think what it does to the low end, it's sort of hard to say because it removes some of the boominess of like my voice or the piano and stuff like that. But the way that what it removes is like usually what I would call the fat stuff that I would EQ out anyway. But then it just sort of tends to make the low notes pop out and just seem a little bit more detailed, I guess. Detailed. That's what I think this thing does. It helps the SM57 have a little bit more detail and yeah, it's just cool. It's a cool thing. It's a cool way to get a new color out of an old friend in your studio. And, if you don't like the sound on one thing, but you do on another, obviously you just pop it off and boom, your old SM57's back. It's a really cool little inexpensive toy to have in your studio. check it out, you guys, fhaudio.net. And the mailing list if you want to get a discount on it or other stuff. And you guys, that's it. I'll talk to you later. Enjoy the audio samples. We'll talk to you soon. All right, bye. She's riding on a freight train. She's riding on a freight train. She's riding on a freight train to see her love down in Tennessee. She can't afford a bus ride. It's too dangerous to hitchhike. She's riding on a freight train to see her love down in Tennessee.